one thing that really hit was when I learned that um, having asthma is not normal in like Western communities. Like here, I like my whole life I always thought people having asthma like was a normal thing because I know my family members, my friends have asthma, and there's a lot of other respiratory illnesses that pollution causes.
I breathe this air all the time and I don't even know like the pollutants in it. My grandma was doing my asthma and like all the time, like she would be coughing and stuff, like she was having respiratory issues and all that. And I'm like, why is she coughing so much? Like, why is these things happening? And I was thinking like, and then when I joined this group, I'm like, that's probably what's happening. She was breathing in this dirty air and everything. Like,
So we're Communities for a Better Environment, and our mission is to empower and educate low-income communities of color that are burdened by pollution and industrial pollution. Our youth program got started in the 90s in Southern California and expanded to Richmond and now recently East Oakland. It's also a campaign in and of itself. Our organization works in 4 communities across California. Some of our work includes community outreach, but we're a nonprofit that operates under a triad model. So we have one triad, which is organizing. We lead under a transformative organizing model. And then we have the research and science piece, followed by legal. We empower residents in these neighborhoods to organize and empower themselves, to learn about their communities, do research, and if need be, and if it shows up, build a case. Having youth be involved in this work, the environmental and climate justice movement, is really important because they, the generations after mine, are going to be on this planet longer than the generations before us. And they didn't have anything to do with the climate crisis that we're, going through right now. And they're going to be, inheriting the planet. Some of our impacts have included passing Rule 6.5, which reduced particulate matter pollution from the Chevron and PBF refineries by up to 70%. And it was a long-standing campaign that has been going on since 2008. Our members and communities fought really hard to get this rule passed. The cat cracker unit, or the catalytic cracking unit of the Chevron refinery here in Richmond, is the single largest pollution source of PM 2.5, which is a really toxic kind of pollutant that goes really deep into your lungs and causes irreversible long-term damage to your health. So we wanted to pass this rule so that this refinery would be required to install the latest technology to clean up their pollution, and which would reduce the amount of PM 2.5 emitted by up to 70%, which is huge. And we finally fought to get it passed just a few months ago. Another one of our impacts has been working with young people, and a lot of these young people have gone on to Cal and UC Davis and a lot of other amazing universities to study, environmental science, environmental studies, sociology, with the aim of going back and bettering their own communities, which I hope was inspired by the work that we do, because sometimes people just kind of want to go out and do their own thing, but the fact that these young people are inspired and are driven to make a change and educate themselves and go back and do that for their community is really heartwarming.
So this play, it's inspired me to, step up for, my community, myself, my family, and, learn, grow, and fight for, what I believe in.
it's just been like eye-opening and stuff. Like, and I'm grateful for knowing this information, because I know like a lot of other people are just going around thinking like that everything is okay when they could be just inhaling these particles and everything that they don't even know about. Like, I'm lucky to have this information that I can spread around to my family and friends. I didn't want to have that ignorance is bliss type mindset. Like, if I ignore it, maybe it'll go away. So I was like, I need to do something. Like, maybe I could help out. Like, yeah. That's why I decided to do this. But I don't want to be, a bystander to what's happening.
Communities for a Better Environment hopes that we can empower community members to advocate for themselves and their communities to meet their needs, and that we leave behind a better future and a better world for future generations.